Today we are watching another Pennsylvania classic. An anonymous 911 call, two officers with main character energy, and a citizen who dares to ask the cursed question, am I actually required to do that? Enter Officer Vogel, aka Officer Never Wrong, and Officer Heck, aka Officer Totally Not Sus. Now, I am not a lawyer, but I have watched enough body cam footage to know how this usually goes, and it is never calm. This matters right now because Internal Affairs just cleared them and Mullis is suing. Subscribe if you believe the truth about how this system actually works deserves to be said out loud. We will keep saying it.
Riding 310, I'll be with that vehicle. It's a blue Volkswagen. Hey, what's going on, guys?
Oh, just fixing my car.
It's gonna be PA rates, Mike Hotel, Lima, 5054.
Ben, where did you locate it?
Hey. Nothing south.
What's up, man?
It's on South Street.
Fixing my car.
Yeah, just turn it off for a
Fix
second.
the door.
What's going on with it?
The lights aren't working right.
Are you guys good?
Yeah.
It's just your car's broken down?
It's not broken down. It's just trying
Or
to fix it.
fix the lights? Okay. Do you have an ID on you?
No, I don't. I'm just sitting in the vehicle.
Is it his car or yours?
It's his car.
It's your car. Just want to get his ID.
My man, what's your name?
I didn't give it.
What's up?
I didn't give my name.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking. Do you have an ID on you?
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay, what's
I
your
mean,
name?
I have an ID on me, but that's under threat of arrest.
What's that?
No.
That is under threat of arrest. I don't know why you got to stop by here.
Well, we got a call. We'll explain it to you in a second.
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds like a
Okay.
time.
All right. Sounds good.
So, right now you're just going to talk to me. You're going to give me your name, and we're going to
no,
go
I'm
from
not
there.
going to give you my name, but I'll understand.
And you're not going to give me your name why?
Because I don't have to legally.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes,
Why
you do.
why
Because you're currently detained for an investigation.
Okay,
That's why.
a detainment is not
Yes,
crime.
you need to identify yourself.
I do not have to.
You do have to
Call your
identify
supervisor
yourself.
and get him over
He's
here.
already on the way.
Oh, good. I'm
okay?
glad. And I'll wait for that.
So,
'cause
so
I'll
you
remain
can,
silent until my lawyer gets here.
okay, call him then.
Okay, I don't need to call him.
Okay, we're waiting for this.
I have the right to remain silent. Anything I say can and will be used against me. For
Okay,
you, right?
what is the deal here?
The deal is, why did you stop over here?
Because we got a call here.
Okay, that's fine. Call all you want, but
And currently, you're under an ordinance violation for working on your vehicle on a
there's
city
no
street.
ordinance.
Yes, there is.
I'm not working on my vehicle. I'm seeing why
Listen. We're going to restart, okay?
Okay, let's restart.
Okay, so you are required under law to identify
No,
yourself.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
This is not Germany.
And if you're
This is
not
the United
going to
States.
identify yourself, you're going to be detained in handcuffs.
Detained in handcuffs is different.
So do you want to give your name or no?
But listen to me.
No. There's no conversation. You're either going to identify yourself
First
or
of
you're not.
all, you can't
Okay.
detain.
Put your hands
Hold
behind
on,
your
hold
back.
on. I will show you my ID. I'll show you my ID. I'll show you my ID right now.
Stop.
I will show you my ID.
We're past that.
Oh, okay. Well, the funny thing is, you guys are up because you didn't wait for your. You didn't wait for your
Where's your
supervisor
ID?
to get here.
We don't need to.
It's right here.
We don't need
You
to.
didn't wait for your supervisor.
Don't
to
need
get here.
to.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do have to wait for
You
your
might want
supervisor.
to learn the law a little bit better.
I know the law. We don't live in Germany. We live in the United States of America, where you do not have to ID if you're not suspected of committing a crime.
Wrong.
Well, not wrong. You guys are wrong.
You're committing an ordinance violation.
There's
right
no
now.
ordinance violation.
Watch
It
a couple
doesn't-
TikToks doesn't mean
There's
you're
no
right.
TikTok. It's called. You can. You guys are wrong. You're wrong, and you'll be sued. Then I'll sue you.
Go ahead.
I will, because you're wrong. Okay. I do not have to ID unless I'm being suspected of committing a crime. You have to reasonably articulate. You have to legally articulate a crime. That's what you have to do. No, you have to legally. No, don't pat me down. I do not submit. No, I'm not. You cannot fucking. No. You're not allowed to pick my pockets. You have to legally articulate a crime. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. Yes, I do have a weapon.
Here's a gun.
Stop touching me. I do not. No, it doesn't matter. I do not have to articulate. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I have a gun.
by.
I'm allowed to have a gun.
Do you have like CCW?
No, I'm not going to show you. I'm remaining silent. I'm the right to remain silent.
You're correct. Now you do have
No,
the
I
right to remain
had the right to
silent.
remain
So
silent, and you
that's
had
what I
no
did
right to
best.
touch me. You had no right to touch me. You're done. You are done. Not me. I'm not IDing either. Do not take my ID. You are not. I'm not IDing. There's nothing in it.
I have to make sure.
It doesn't even fire. Okay, then why the hell would you carry it? Because it's called Reading, that's why.
Lima,
It's
India,
called Reading.
Sierra. Date of birth is
Can I do it?
TAO1 is.
Take my cuffs off, man. Please, take my cuffs off.
That's not how this works.
Yeah, well, you came up on me, and
Correct.
you had no crime committed, right? What are you guys doing?
We got a call.
It doesn't matter. You can't ID for a crime.
If we get a call,
It doesn't matter.
The whiplash in that clip is unreal. 1 minute it is, we just want to talk, and the next minute it is, hands behind your back, because the man will not perform the sacred roadside ritual of saying his name out loud. And the part that always gets me is how confident it sounds. Not correct, confident. Also that little, "this is not Germany" line. Love that. That is the unofficial slogan of every officer who just invented a law in real time. It is like they think the Constitution is a vibes-based document. If the vibe is suspicious, then congratulations, you have to ID. Now, I am not a lawyer, which apparently puts me at the same level of legal expertise as Officer Vogel in this moment. Because in Pennsylvania, the whole ID thing is not some magical universal requirement. It depends on the context. Detention is not a cheat code that automatically forces identification just because an officer says investigation 3 times like Beetlejuice. And here's why this matters beyond this one parking lot improv show. Vogel and Heck have a track record. Multiple controversial stops, aggressive ID checks, the same pattern where the stop starts thin and then gets padded with ordnance talk and call talk until it sounds official enough to justify cuffs. And now we have the broader Pennsylvania context where a reform bill just failed last month. Body cam policies still somehow function like polite suggestions. So when this goes sideways, the system does the thing it always does. Paid leave, internal review, cleared. Wow, shocking. Nobody could have predicted that plot twist, except everyone. And Mullis filing suit in mid-August is not just personal vengeance. Cases like this are how the public finds out what the department considers appropriate. If Internal Affairs watched this and said, no policy violations, then the policy is the problem. Also, did you catch how fast it escalated the second he mentioned a firearm? That is the moment the tone shifts from annoyed to justified in their minds. Because now they can frame everything as safety, even if the original reason for contact was paper thin. This is what Unverified 911 calls bayou, a blank check. And the bill always comes due.
Explained you. You're here working on the vehicle on a city street.
No, I'm not working on a vehicle. I'm seeing why my light's not working. It doesn't matter. You got a call and you were demanding ID or I was beginning to be arrested, right? Correct? Good.
You were going to be detained to be identified.
Sam, please record these guys, please. Record these guys. Record them. Sam, please record these guys. Record them. They're not allowed to.
He's refusing to identify himself. Had a gun on him. So, he's working on his vehicle on a city street.
I'm not working on my vehicle. I told you I was seeing why my light was not working correctly.
Okay. But you can't park on the street right there.
Yes, you can.
Can you?
Yeah, look at all these other cars that were used to be parked.
305 also.
Okay.
God.
He told me I had to identify under threat of arrest.
You have to.
Negative all the way.
It's called Pennsylvania.
He has a
not Germany.
combination with motorcycle.
He needs to articulate a crime that I'm being accused of committing in order to identify. And all I have to do is give him my name and address. I don't have to give him an ID.
Can you check him
You
for
know
a
this,
CCW,
right? Are you the
please?
supervisor?
What's your name?
It doesn't matter. You don't need my name. Unless I'm being accused of a crime. Correct? It doesn't matter. I still don't have to give you my ID.
What's wrong? We'll do it another way then.
Okay, that's fine. And I'll see you in court. I'll see you in court. Fine. Yeah. And we'll see what the city pays after that. We'll see that. Because you don't need to ID. Period. Okay.
Show number is going to be.
This is sad how this sounds.
We're done with this conversation.
We are. We definitely are. Are you the supervisor?
We should stop talking then, okay?
Are you the supervisor?
We should stop talking.
Are you the supervisor?
Again, we'll stop. We're not talking.
Are you the supervisor?
We're not talking now.
You're a public servant then, right? Are you not a public servant? Then you need to answer my question because you're yes, you do, because you're a public servant.
Where's the law that says that?
Where's the law that says that? Are you serious right now?
You tell me. You seem to know so much about it. Tell me.
I do know a lot about it.
Tell me.
I'm a law
Where's it
student.
at? Where's it at?
I'm a law
Where,
student.
from RAC?
From rack? Are you serious right now? No, not from rack. Does it matter? It doesn't matter.
That's a lot of questions.
No, I have a lot of money and I'm going to sue you in court. Yes, okay. You're the supervisor and you're a ringleader of the circus.
We're going to stop talking.
Correct. No, we're not going to stop talking because I'm asking you a question.
I'm not talking.
I'm asking you a question. These men came up on me with guns, and I'm asking them why they need me to ID when I'm not committing a crime. They need a crime to get ID. Okay, answer those questions then, please. Answer those questions. Before he took my side piece, you know what he did? He told me I was under arrest for not IDing. You know what that means? No, I do not have to ID myself. Not unless I'm arrested.
Okay, hold on. We just watched a grown man try to turn "I'm checking my light" into a courtroom drama where the cops are the judge, jury, and substitute teacher. And the funniest part is the confidence. Not the facts, the confidence. Because this clip is basically the Pennsylvania edition of a recurring TV character. Officer Vogel as Officer Never Wrong, and Officer Heck as Officer Totally Not Sus. They show up, they hear the word "call," then suddenly they start speaking in what I can only describe as fan fiction law. Like the statutes are hidden in a cereal box and only they collected all the prizes. And notice what the officers lean on. Not, "here's what I saw," not, "here's the specific ordinance and how you violated it." It's, "we're investigating." That word is doing Olympic level heavy lifting. It's the badge version of saying, "because I said so." And when Mullis asks basic accountability questions like who is the supervisor and what law requires an answer, the vibe becomes offended teacher. Are you serious right now? Yeah, people get serious when you threaten cages. Now, I'm not a lawyer, which in this situation means I'm still allowed to notice a pattern. When officers can't clearly articulate a charge, they don't back off. They just change the game. They pivot to paperwork. They pivot to city page citations. They pivot to, "we'll do it another way then." That line right there should send chills, because it translates to, "I didn't win the argument, so I'm going to win with process." And zoom out for a second. This is happening in a state that just watched a police reform bill die in late July 2026. So the message to departments is basically, keep doing improv, keep doing vibes. The accountability tools keep getting voted down. Then Internal Affairs shows up like a sleep-deprived referee and somehow declares in early August, "nothing to see here." That's why this case matters. Not because Mullis is loud, not because he's spicy, but because the system keeps rewarding officers who treat basic civil rights questions like personal disrespect. And yeah, he says he'll see them in court. He already did the paperwork. Mid-August, lawsuit. Now the department has to explain their investigation out loud, under oath. Different stage, same actors.
But that's not a law you're required to have your license with. Let me get my phone. No, get my phone. I'm allowed, I have to, yeah. I have to bring my ID at all times, but you can't legally request it. You can't legally request it. Where's my phone? I will show you the law right now.
You know what?
And you, go ahead, do your thing.
If you were nice and you weren't being an
Be nice. I don't need to be nice. It don't matter. You guys are going to be sued in court, and I'm going to win. Okay. Guaranteed. Okay. All right.
So if we're done talking then.
No, you can tell them to take me out of handcuffs.
No.
For what reason? What crime did I commit? For what reason?
We're investigating right now.
What am I being detained right now?
Well, no, why?
You need to articulate a crime that I was suspected of committing to detain me. You understand that, right?
Not to you, I don't agree.
Yes, you don't have to legally by law. Legally by law, you don't have to, but you still have to have a crime that you can legally articulate that I was committing in order to detain me. In order, you understand that? And they're detaining me for no reason. No articulation of a crime.
We do have
Which one? Which one is that? Exactly. Yeah. You didn't know that. Yeah, you didn't know that. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I'd love to see what crime I'm committing. Okay. I would love to see
find
that.
out.
Yeah, okay. We'll find out.
Like I said,
we definitely will find out. And then we're gonna be suing you. Okay. All right, cool. That's great. I'm glad. We're gonna be suing you. Unless you guys want to walk away right now, well, I'm gonna sue you. I'm being serious. I'm being real serious. You better call your DA if you don't have somebody up on top of you. You better.
I don't have anyone on top of me.
You better then call your DA and tell them that this is what you did, because if not, I'm gonna sue. I'm being serious. You're wrong. I'm right and you're wrong. You didn't see the amendment violations and shit like that? You didn't watch YouTube? Tell you about
What was
it?
violated? There you go.
Tell you about it?
violated?
What's violated? The Fourth Amendment, for one, is violated.
Okay. What else?
I don't need to give you my papers.
Just like we don't.
Anytime. No, you're a public servant. You can do whatever. You can do what you want. But you're a public servant. I'm not. I'm a citizen. I pay taxes. Yeah, but you're still on duty.
Okay.
Are you not? Yeah,
Thank you
but
for
are you
saying
not?
yes to detain
All right.
him.
All right. So,
All right.
what's your badge? 13113.
Yep.
Sam.
It'll be in the paperwork.
I don't care about the paperwork. Can you give me my cell phone?
I'm taking this to court.
We are taking this to court because you cannot
the paperwork.
You cannot.
How you gonna do that then?
You cannot detain somebody for no legal crime. You can laugh all you want. What is it? What's the crime?
Like I said, we don't have to tell you.
Yes, you do. When you arrest somebody, you do. And I'm arrested. So what are you detaining? Yeah.
No, we just told you.
Yeah. What is it?
We don't have to tell you. You said that.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I told you can't
play it
arrest
back on the body
somebody
cam
and
right
search
now.
somebody. No, you can't.
You didn't search you.
Yeah, you did. He did. He patted me down and he took my ID.
It's not a search. That's not a
Yes,
search.
it's not a Terry search. I can tell you that.
not a search.
It's not a Terry
Terry
stop. No, it's not Terry. Yeah, but even if it was, you still have to reasonably articulate a crime.
Not to you.
Man, the handcuffs always show up right when the officers run out of sentences. And I cannot get over the tonal shift. 1 minute, it's this messy little sidewalk debate club. Next minute, it's congratulations, you've been upgraded to state property. And the craziest part is how casual they are about it, like detaining somebody is just a setting you toggle on your belt. Here's what makes this clip different from the usual yelling match. Mullis is doing the thing most people can't do in the moment. He keeps asking the only question that matters. What is the actual suspected crime? Not vibes, not we got a call, not we have it on the phone. A crime. Something you could write on a form without using invisible ink. And that I don't have to tell you energy, that's not confidence, that's insulation. That's the culture where the public is treated like an obstacle to the investigation instead of the reason the police exist in the first place. Because if you can't explain your authority out loud to the person you're using it on, then what you have isn't authority. It's permission. From the system, not from the Constitution. Also notice the little sleight of hand with the pat-down. That's not a search. Okay, cool. So when I go through TSA and they grab my waistband, that's just a friendly hug from the Department of Homeland Romance? Be serious. The word games are doing more work than the evidence. And zoom out with me. Vogel and Heck have a reputation. Multiple controversial stops, aggressive ID demands, complaints that go nowhere. Then early August 2026, Internal Affairs clears them. Of course they did. Internal Affairs is the season finale where the villain investigates himself and wins an award for bravery. This is why anonymous 911 calls are so dangerous when departments treat them like magic spells. Someone says words into a phone and suddenly you're in cuffs. That's not public safety. That's crowdsourced suspicion with a badge. And I'm not a lawyer, but I know what power misuse looks like. This is it.
You guys are stupid as f***. You're gonna get sued.
Well, we're not the ones out here at midnight.
You guys got body cams, right?
Yeah.
Good, I'm glad you guys got body cams. Yep. You guys are gonna get sued.
Okay.
I'm being serious. I can take your body cams in a request. Believe that. Okay. I'm just telling you right now.
You've told us many times we're not stupid, we understand. So you can stop talking now.
Firearm that can have you run, it comes back to possibly a family member, but not him.
Yeah, well, it's not. It doesn't matter.
I'm tracking. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Can you get me that, please? I can't get it.
Stand up. Stand up.
Okay.
Stand up.
I'm trying to stand up.
There you go. Come over here.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
You're a week away from getting sued.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
When I get a hold of my attorney.
You guys
You think you're not? You had no legal right to detain me. None.
Okay.
What was your probable cause anyway to detain me? Because you need probable cause to detain somebody.
Do you just want me to call the wagon?
Yeah, please call the wagon, because you know
I'm
what?
not talking to you.
I don't give a f*** who you're talking to, because you're a public servant, and I'm a citizen that pays your... I pay your paycheck, you understand that,
I
right?
pay my own paycheck.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
I do. Who pays you? Yeah, but you pay enough for $101,000 a year? Is that what you pay for? You that's what you make. $100-something thousand a year.
You know how much I make last
Yeah, I do. I do exactly know how much you make.
Spread your feet.
No.
Spread your feet. You can get it off.
All right, that's great. Great for the lawsuit. It's great for
You got anything on?
I have nothing on me. I had an empty weapon that I found on the side of the road, but it doesn't even matter because
Okay.
somebody told me that they stole my dad's gun. It doesn't matter anyway. You had no probable cause for detaining me, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
What was your probable cause anyway?
Told you this 5 times already.
What?
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, the judge ain't gonna care though. Look at the judge ain't gonna care.
Keep thinking.
Can you do me a huge favor if you don't want to get sued? Is go get my key from my car.
I think whoever that is has it.
Yeah, and she's not allowed to drive. She has no license, and she's won it.
Okay, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
She's won it by PennDOT because she doesn't have a license, so she's not allowed to drive a car. She's not won it, but she's won it by wanting to have a car, not drive the car. You understand what I'm saying? She's not allowed to drive, so please get my key because I don't want her to steal my car. And if she does steal my car, that's going to be another thing on the lawsuit.
Okay. Alright, have a seat in the car, man.
I'm glad that
Step in and watch your head.
you guys understand that shit. Because if you guys allow her to take my car, then guess what's going to happen?
It's his car, right? I didn't even check. Because, do you have a license, dear?
Yeah, I just don't have my
Well,
license.
because here's the problem. He doesn't want you driving his car.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Does he want mom to come pick it up, or does
I don't know.
is he gonna tow it?
That's not a tow truck.
Yeah, that's not.
Oh,
That's not ours.
oh,
I think it's just maybe mine.
that's crazy. I know the guy.
Change it to a towed vehicle, put it on paper.
How do you know him?
The tow guy?
No, this guy.
Oh, that's my ex-husband.
What's that?
That's my ex-husband.
Ex-husband?
Yeah.
Okay. She's good to go. Carrying a license, but apparently he has a criminal history.
Oh, really?
So it might be more.
At least that charge.
At least, yeah, carrying a license. Okay. He just had an empty firearm.
And there it is. The part of the episode where the officers stop arguing the facts and start arguing with the concept of consequences. Because Mullis goes full prophecy mode. You're getting sued. You got body cams, right? And Vogel's response is basically, yeah, we've heard this before. Shut up. Which is a wild thing to say out loud when the entire job is allegedly public accountability. Like, the body cam is not a fashion accessory. It is literally the receipt printer for state power. And the funniest part, in the darkest way, is how everyone in this scene understands the meta. Mullis is talking like a guy who has seen the trailer for his own civil rights lawsuit. The officers are talking like guys who have seen the department handle these before. Nobody is debating what happened anymore. They're debating how annoying the paperwork is going to be. Also, can we talk about the awesome, you look awesome moment? That little sarcastic pat on the head energy. It's not just rude, it's strategic. If you can make the person look emotional and disrespectful, then later you get to write the report like, subject was agitated, subject was non-compliant, subject was being a big meanie to my feelings. And then magically the video becomes about tone instead of authority. Tone policing as actual policing. Incredible brand consistency. Then we slide into my favorite recurring character, the post-arrest administrative chaos. Suddenly, it's not public safety, it's who has the keys, who can drive, do we tow it, is she licensed, is this his car, who's the tow guy, wait, that's my husband. The whole thing turns into a DMV improv class. And that's where the real harm shows up. Because even if you pretend the stop was justified, now we're stacking consequences that have nothing to do with any alleged crime. Your vehicle might get towed. Your property might walk off. Your whole day is gone. Your job might be gone. Your dignity definitely took a hit. And the department will later treat that as a bonus feature, like inconvenience is a free add-on with every detention. Supersize it. This is why people keep saying these encounters are punishment without conviction. The process is the penalty. They don't need a guilty verdict to mess up your life. They just need a few minutes, a pair of cuffs, a tow truck on speed dial, and a report that reads like a bedtime story for judges who never have to live through it. And here's the kicker. Early August 2026, Internal Affairs cleared Vogel and Heck. Cleared. Of course. It's always the same plot twist. The call is coming from inside the house, and the house has investigated itself and found the house did nothing wrong. Meanwhile, Mullis files suit mid-August. That's the real fork in the road here. Because internal investigations are built to protect the institution. Civil litigation at least has a chance of forcing facts into daylight. Depositions, discovery, policies on ID checks, training materials. Who told them what? When did the story change? That's why departments hate lawsuits more than they hate misconduct. Lawsuits make you explain yourself with your mouth closed and your documents open. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a person with pattern recognition and a functioning memory. But what I know is this. When you hear officers get defensive about body cams instead of relieved by them, that tells you everything. Cameras are supposed to protect good policing. If the camera feels like a threat, maybe the policing is the problem. And for everybody watching, take the lesson without me turning this into legal advice. Learn your rights where you live. Learn what ID laws actually say in your state. Learn how to calmly ask, am I being detained? And what is the suspected offense? Not because it's a magic spell, it's not, but because the record matters. Your words matter. The footage matters. Pennsylvania keeps trying to sell this as reality TV, but the joke is the ending never changes. Somebody gets treated like a suspect because of a phone call. Officers act offended by questions. The system clears itself, and the citizen has to buy accountability the only way it's sold in America, with a lawsuit. So yeah, roll credits. Paid leave, no policy violations, and a department looking directly at the camera like Jim from The Office, wondering why the public doesn't trust them.